That'll do. That's it.
That's the intro. Welcome to episode 2 of the Unmasked podcast.
Take 2, because Kieran's a weeb.
Do you want to explain?
I don't think he's incompetent with logic because he's a weeb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, no, I think that's why.
Probably.
Fairness, he's using logic, so it's not off to a great start.
Speaking of, we're not getting into it yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
How are we all? Anyway, we need to reintroduce ourselves just in case everybody missed the first episode. My name is Lewis. I'm 001 in Andromedus. Who's number 2?
I'm number 2.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Kieran. Forgot for a second there.
Nice.
And the number
Keeping it
3?
smooth. That would be me.
Le Morgan.
Yeah, what's your fucking name?
Mike Morgan. I am Morgan the third.
Nice. And technically number 5.
Here's Taryn.
Yeah, not even 4, bastards. Did you have that prepared all fucking day just for that gag?
Wow.
That is the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine, right? It's not the first time. It's not the first time.
Anyway,
It
who are
won't be
you?
the last. Who am I? Oh,
Yeah.
the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean, I should just fucking leave the call. Like, this is fucking bullying. I don't have to work under these conditions.
Nah.
No.
That's
We love
fine.
you.
I'll just auto-tune. I'll just pitch Kieran up like 3 semitones for the entire
Please
podcast
do.
from now. For the next
Jokes
10
on you, I'm
minutes.
not recording.
For the next For the next 10 minutes, Kieran is pitched up 3 semitones from now. Fuck you.
Anyways, how have we all been?
Oh, man.
Same, really.
Yeah.
Seems, yeah.
Going on walks, enjoying the sun.
Have you actually left the
exercising.
house? Are you been
Yeah,
leaving
man.
the house?
Yeah,
Nice.
went out on the balcony and that lot.
The balcony, yes.
That's not leaving the house.
Technically,
I
it
looked
is,
over
if I'm
and
not,
thought,
I'm not in the house. I'm on the house.
I looked over and thought, I won't jump today. Today's good.
It was tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry, I was a little
Was
bit
this was this another heavy listening session of LP3?
American football, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, just couldn't stop, man. Just couldn't stop. Just tears,
Don't fall.
tears and blood.
From what? Shitting?
My I broke the skin.
Anyway, in the
Change
spirit,
change it,
Yeah, let's
Lewis,
get away from
change
that.
it.
in the spirit of getting things back on track, what are we talking about today, gentlemen?
Door Wars. I'm not looking forward to this at all.
So basically, we've been down to home base, picked out loads of doors, and we're
Yeah.
gonna fight them.
But are they
good to
real
me.
fake doors?
I'm not. No. Now you've just raised the IQ of this podcast up to over 3,000. You can't do that.
No.
Sorry.
He turns into a pickle. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
So basically, what a DAW or DAW is a digital audio workstation. And as we're all producers
Wow,
in this...
mansplaining.
I know. Well, you know, everyone's not as nerdy as us. So, but basically, every single one of us in the band uses a different DAW. I use Ableton, Tarrant uses Pro Tools, and Kieran and Morgan use Logic.
No. Kieran said last week that he was going to represent FL.
Yeah, I've
So-
prepared my notes. I've got cliff notes on FL.
Instead of doing your dissertation, you've just been preparing like a massive PowerPoint on why FL
Yeah,
Studio is the
Yeah.
best
Lee's
DAW.
going to get to like reviewing the dissertations. Just go, what the fuck is this?
It's just a memory stick with my presentation on it.
Are you saying that your lit review is based off the FL Studio manual?
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Isn't that the Bible?
No, it's slap gross. Yeah, it's same thing. Two of these things are the exact same.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, so Kieran and Morgan both use Logic, and yeah, there's that.
And the other two don't.
And the other two don't. And we all have our own workflow and what we do and how we do. So we're just going to talk a bit about how do.
Everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, basically, it's just going to be.
It's a good thing we're not in the same room.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise-
Get
I wouldn't
proper
hurt you.
fisticuffs.
I wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah,
No.
not physically. You do it
One, I'm
emotionally,
incapable of it, and two, I love you too much.
And also, in fairness, like even though like we are like horrendously loyal to our DAWs, like rabid football fans,
I'm not loyal.
you're not? Are you flexible?
This
No,
loyal.
I mean, I'll get into it. Yeah. I'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not loyal.
But we all like do our own things, and I don't think any of the music that we make as a band would be able to happen without any of these DAWs. Like all of,
Well, especially at the moment since we can't all be in the same room.
yeah.
exactly. And I don't think Kieran and Morgan are either going to shell out for Pro Tools and Logic, Pro Tools and it. Well, in one person's case, Logic.
Don't rat me out to the feds.
This has been hijacked by Apple now.
Your student's fine.
Just doink, they've gone. No.
Steve Jobs is going to come.
Steve Jobs rises from his grave.
He just
hunts you down because
kicks
you
through
didn't
my
buy
window.
Logic.
Kicks through. Oh shit! I've put my chair down.
So yeah, I don't think any of the music that we create as a band would actually be possible without all of these DAWs that we're going to talk about. Because Kieran and Morgan do most of the demo work in Logic. I do all my programming and like sound design in Ableton, and then it all gets mixed in Pro Tools. We're a 3 DAW band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hence why Kieran's going to switch to FL. We're going to make it 4. Because
Yeah.
why not? More doors is better.
I'm
You're
switching
more
to
likely
Mario
to lose
Paint.
files. You're more likely to not have stuff translate over. You're more
Yeah.
likely to have things get lost. Like, let's just increase that chance.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
So-
Live dangerously.
didn't you use Studio One for a bit, Morgan?
No, I was debating it and I never bothered.
Same.
You see,
I actually have it, but I just don't use it.
I tried Reaper and that sucked.
I tried.
How do you know?
Reapers.
How do you know if someone uses Reaper?
They'll
They tell you
fucking
about
They'll
it.
fucking tell you about it.
Did you know that it's free?
Oh my god!
Apparently the
actually
plugins,
free at the
plugins
moment.
are decent. Apparently the plugins are decent in it, but
Yeah.
Who makes Reaper?
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah. Reaper.
Whoever is Reaper make Reaper.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because they're not like an audio company, are they, or anything? Like,
Well,
they've
you've kind of
made
got
other
to
stuff.
Well, they
make
are
an
in the
audio
sense
stuff.
that they make Reaper, but
Well, I mean,
they're
like,
not like.
I mean,
No, they're not
Prior.
like a big player.
It's not
no.
like just like Pepsi going, yeah, fuck it, let's chuck it.
DAW.
From the man.
Well, I mean, if Behringer are going to do it, Pepsi might as well do it.
well, everyone's doing it nowadays, aren't they?
Their
Like,
products last just as long.
UAD's got one.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
You gotta
I've
buy a lot of
heard,
extra shit
I've
for it,
heard
though,
mixed reviews about
Yeah.
that as well.
I'm not defending Logic. I'm defending Mario Paint. That's my DAW of choice.
Now it's Music 2000 on the PS1.
God.
It's the Animal Crossing Town Tune Maker.
It's
What about-
That's
cheap
the
beats.
best door.
We're forgetting about one thing here.
That's that.
Wii Music.
That's all I program it. That's all I program
Good
it.
old weeb music.
That was.
I used to love that game, man. I used
the
to
orchestra
genuinely
mode. You're just there, just going like.
Thing is, if people are listening to this, they don't know what the fuck you just did.
I'm going to keep the sound of you hitting your
That's
mic
the
in as
best
well. I
bit.
went, "Fdong."
Yeah,
It
I
sounded
know. I
amazing.
got too into it, and I just.
It's
took out,
fine, mate.
You know,
Dude, you're allowed. It's
bless
Wii
you,
music.
T-Bone Mike.
Honestly, man, I'd be passionate about it as well. I would be that passionate.
So
Right,
I think.
who
so-
will commence? I think it should be one of the Logic boys.
Yeah.
Break up the Logic, you know.
All right, let's do
Split
this.
us.
Let's do this.
Oh,
Who's been
oh
using-
he steps up to the plate. Here we go.
Steps
Here
to
we
the
go.
plate, you know.
Morgan fucking
Here we go.
Harding.
Morgan,
So-
Morgan, the floor is
Take
yours.
the-
Begin the door war.
No, I wish. Now would be a good time to have a lightsaber. No, so why do I use Logic? I mean, Nolly does, and Nolly's basically God, so if he's using it. I mean, Darren is shaking his head going,
It's the only
does.
thing. It's the only him.
No, no,
thing
no, no, no,
I hate him
no.
for. Everything
You can't-
else, he's amazing. Sorry, continue.
You can't talk until they've each have finished their thing. So you're going to get
I
5
know.
minutes each.
I made
Five-
these rules as well. I know.
follow the
I
own
know.
rules, God damn it.
Does someone want to start a timer, actually?
I can't. I'm using my phone as a webcam.
I'll
can.
start a timer.
Okay, Lewis is going
3
to.
minutes.
3 minutes. Or do you want to push it up to 4?
Okay. Go for it, Lewis. Give me a go.
We're going to have a 4-minute timer, okay?
4?
4 minutes? Fuck, I didn't prepare that much. Jesus.
Well,
I'm not professional.
Wait, you prepared?
No.
No,
Right.
neither have I.
I saw
I was
the-
going to
You
when
guys
I
been using
forgot.
DAWs?
The little script that you guys put up, I saw about 2 minutes ago, or just
Yeah.
before we started the call.
Nice.
So-
That's the way
Right,
to
4
do it.
minutes. Your time starts now.
cool. So why do I use Logic? It's a very good question. I don't know why I'm looking at my microphone like it's a person. It's gonna be mainly for me, it's the workflow. Like Pro Tools is wicked for tracking in most of the time. The playlist thing pisses me off. Like, why didn't they just automatically do it? Like Logic, you record a loop, it just keeps doing it. It keeps doing it. It keeps doing it. Tarrant's screaming internally. I can see it, but
Continue.
But no, for me, it's a workflow thing. I think it's for all of us. I'm sure it's a workflow thing. It's just one, what we're used to. Two, what we find easiest. And three, I actually paid for it because I want an iPad. Fun story there. And now I don't have the iPad, so I bought Logic, actually paid for it. So I'm like one person in this.
Oi!
Two people.
Two people. Wait, what?
Yeah, I have Logic, and
I have Logic as well.
Am I the only one who's actually bought it? Legit?
No, I bought it.
I bought 9, but continue.
Anyway, continue.
Like, just everything's quite. I think it's just because I've used it for as long as I have. It just everything works how it's meant to. Like for me, it's kind of going from an early demo to a full production. I find it easier than anything to do that in Logic. Pro Tools is great for tracking. Ableton is good for kind of electronic music. I personally find Logic the best all-rounder for all of it, really. Drum programmers much better than Pro Tools is, in my opinion. I'm sure Tarrant will probably agree with me there. The tracking of audio is better than Ableton's. Given the latency we experience when we track at yours, Lewis, I think you'll attest to that as well.
I'm going to interject. That's a MacBook problem, not an Ableton problem.
Is it? If my MacBook in the States can track in Logic, what's it say about yours?
Well, no. Well, actually, yeah. But the thing is, like, you've seen my project files. You know what's actually in them. It has to be ran at 2,000 samples just to actually run the program.
Jesus.
Yeah, just to run the 4K porn. At the same time.
Honestly, audio production has ruined me. Like, I can only listen to it in 5.1 Dolby Surround now.
Atmos, mate. What are you on about?
Atmos.
Sorry, Morgan, you got like an extra 30 seconds now.
Yeah.
You've got a minute and 45.
Fucking hell, Jesus.
4 minutes is a long time.
No,
That's why I said 3.
I've used it forever, and it just works. Like, to be honest, it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that
Things
what you
like-
have to say? Or do you want to add a bit more? The 4 minutes isn't mandatory if you can get it all out.
No, as literally it is what I've used forever, and it works. And the things I need it for, it does better, arguably, than the other two, in my opinion, together. So why not use the one? And say, Nolly. So you just know. Rabia, he uses it. No? 2 people in this world.
Two
Two
whole
people. The only 2.
Well,
my
I think
2 cents.
there's 4 people, but
Nah, maths.
That's a completely different genre. Yeah. So yeah, you got 55 seconds.
Oh, in typical fashion, I've wrapped it up nice and quickly.
Morgan Harding, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
All right,
Cool.
do you want to go up next, Tarrant?
No.
Oh, is it me?
Thus begins the rebuttals. First
here we go.
rebuttal.
Of course.
Actually, no. I have my only rebuttal is that already Morgan has hit the nail on the head in that it's what we are familiar with, it's what we're comfortable with, and it's how we work best. That's the entire point of this. You're still wrong, but I'm literally only acting up for entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
like I fully know how
I
much
think,
wank
I think
this
we all
is,
do. I think we all just like play it up.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Apart from against
You have
Ableton.
to.
Ableton's
Like,
just, no.
Yeah.
Mate, I've got a text file that's going to undo your entire world.
A text file.
Yes.
That tells you all you need to know, and you have to actually prepare a text file to argue.
No,
with
I was
DAW.
waiting for because you were late, so I was
he
started
actually
making
prepared.
notes.
Oh.
The thing is, it's all right though because Ableton already looks like fucking XL.
You know, because Excel is a completely unuseful program. You know, it's
Actually,
not like all of
guys-
the accountancy in the world is built on Excel.
No, it's not, mate. It's built on Monday.com. Speaking of, here's our sponsor today.
Shut your mouth.
Speaking of Excel, have any of you guys seen that guy actually made like a working
DAW,
drum machine
yeah.
I
in
saw
Excel?
that. I saw that. Yeah, I was mad.
Excel best DAW. We all lose, so
Yeah.
Everybody
what's the
loses.
point?
The best door is Raid Shadow Legends.
Gone.
Such a piece of shit. Like, what the hell?
I can imagine like somebody, like they get into get into Air Studios at Abbey Road and they just open up Raid Shadow Legends. They push up a fader. And it's like, wow, the warmth.
Oh my god!
Oh, please sponsor us.
So are we done with rebuttaling?
Yeah, I have no real rebuttals. Like,
I mean, it's all going to be the same excuse. Like, it's going to be a lot of the same thing.
Yeah.
no, it's
Apart
not.
from Lewis's text.
No,
file,
it's
Lewis
not
is
because
gonna
I'm
go
going.
there.
I'm going.
He's
going
to
to
make the most. He's going to go to 5
Thing is
minutes.
that it's not like I kind of had like a massive essay planned out. This is literally just stuff so I can actually get to the point because there was a time limit on it. Because again, there's so much to say because, I've been using it forever and also been to the place where actually they make the software.
Get you.
Humble brag.
Humble brag. Got a
I've been
picture.
to Western College, thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Logic was made at Weston College.
It was, mate.
Mate, the Apple accredited.
Yeah.
So
They're
But
not
anyway.
Ableton accredited.
anyway, you going up, Tarrant?
Yeah, go on then. All right.
All right.
Time
you
me.
ready?
I won't need 4 minutes. 3
He's already
minutes.
destroyed us.
No. 3 minutes.
3. I'll give you 3 then. 3, 2, 1, begin.
The only reason I use Pro Tools is because I'm familiar with it and because every professional studio in the world seems to use it. Even though many major studios have actually moved away from using Pro Tools in recent years. For example, I've seen Cubase and Logic and Studio One and Reaper and Nuendo and all the other DAWs because most other DAWs are better than Pro Tools. So
The war
I told
is
you
over.
I was going the opposite way. So Pro Tools, stock plugins, horse shit. You can't compose in Logic. In Pro Tools. Like the stock instruments are just not good enough, or the whole expand thing that you get for free is like so backwards in today's workflows that it's just the way that you typically learn how to use a DAW that it just doesn't make sense to use them. The subscription model, even though I'm on it, I kind of don't agree with it. I would prefer to actually own a license of my own. That being said, I've got a bunch of free plugins. Yay, thanks, Avid. Like, I don't use any of them. And my price is going to go up $20 a year as of next year, or $20 a month as of next year. So thank you very much for that. The support's horrendous. It being tied, like Ultimate being tied to hardware is awful. As I said, the stock plugins are absolutely terrible. So when I got hold of FabFilter, that just became my stock, like EQ, compressor, gate, all of that stuff is just FabFilter now. I don't touch any of the stock stuff unless it's like trim. There isn't a phase invert button on every channel. Fuck, what else is there?
You just hate it.
Honestly, like Pro Tools is not the best DAW. It's been around for like 20 years and it's like code built on code built on code. So it's just horrifically inefficient. So that's why, for example, like I'm looking at my Pro Tools window right now. I actually set up a folder track because folder tracks have just become a thing in Pro Tools in 2020. Other DAWs were doing this at least, 5 years ago, if not longer? And the reason they couldn't do it is because the code is so old and shit. They add something else and it breaks 20 other things. It needs actually, in my opinion, and I'm not a coder and I don't know anything about programming, probably an entire rewrite of the entire system architecture and just like fucking start again. But will they do it? No, because then all of their old hardware would just be like unsupported and all of this shit. Going on from there, 192, the converters that you used to use with Pro Tools HD, now Pro Tools Ultimate, are awful. The HDIOs are somewhat better. Just use Apogee Symphony. Use Apogee Symphony if you're going to be tracking at that level. What else? What's good about it? Routing's easy. It kind of handles DSP stuff relatively well. It doesn't handle MIDI particularly well.
It's all right for composing with film, isn't it? Like, as in like this like time code stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of guys use it for film. I think the only reason they use it for film is because it's been around for so long, and like Avid were one of the first companies to have it tie into like Media Composer and things like that, and to work out the whole time code thing and sync.
Your time's up.
Basically
a rant on
I'm
you
putting it
hate it,
out
but you
there.
use it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And like most of the people I know who use Pro Tools are kind of similar. I've spoken to a lot of people who've tried other things as well. Like I've tried Studio One. I first learned in Logic 9. That's how old I am. Just not that old at all, really. But like started off in Logic 9, then went to Logic 10. No, actually 10 came out around the time that I was moving over to Pro Tools when I was in college, or uni. So what, 5-6 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
Pro Tools is not like, it's okay in terms of like, I don't know. I'm just super used to it, and like my muscle memory now for keyboard shortcuts and knowing where everything is, it's just ingrained. It is the back of my hand, and like I can't move away from it. Despite trying many other things, as I said, Studio One I tried. Thought Studio One was actually really, really good. To be fair, I think it bridges that gap between Pro Tools and Logic really nicely. In terms of it being like an actual really good piece of software for audio editing, but amazing with MIDI and arranging as well. It just lacks so many things that other DAWs are doing now that are just so good. It's behind the curve. It is, but I'm not going to change. I can't. I literally can't change. Like, it would take me too long to learn how to use another DAW.
It would push you out of work.
It would just push me out of work.
Yeah.
I'd be wasting all that time when I could just be, making money or trying to make money. That's my defense of Pro Tools is zero defense. It's not the best DAW, and I will go with Morgan again and be like, well, it's just what you know. So there you go. That's me.
Here.
Yeah. Interesting tact, I'm not going to lie, but honest.
Yeah, brutally honest.
I think
It's the underdog.
I think it's the fact that I think a lot of the people, like of the professional level, like producers, they probably feel the exact same way, but because they're used to it, and that because it's so universally, like it's almost like a language amongst like producers of a certain age now. But unfortunately,
If you're listening to this and you're like a new producer, and people tell you that Pro Tools is industry standard,
fuck off.
don't believe them. Don't believe them.
The way that it's going now, and like honestly, unless you're working at like the really, really big bollock level, like you're working in all the top London studios or like wherever, you're
LA.
working in like the top places or like Nashville and stuff, you're going anywhere like that, then you absolutely need Pro Tools. And if you're going to edit for anybody professionally, you probably need Pro Tools because they'll be sending you Pro Tools files. Yeah. But if you're
if you're not doing all of the work in Pro Tools, you still have to actually just touch Pro Tools to get it into what you're even used to.
For sure, yeah. I feel like having some, if you're working in like the professional recording industry, at least knowing Pro Tools is good. If it's your main, then great, but it doesn't have to be now.
I think the biggest switch around, was obviously Billie Eilish's new album.
That was Logic, wasn't it?
That was Logic 10 in somebody's bedroom. I mean, it was recorded in Logic. Like, I don't want to, like, people are like, oh, it wasn't all done in Logic. I'm not going to like play that up. But like, you can still get great results from these pieces of software. Just because it's not industry standard doesn't mean that you can't go out and not make great music with it.
Well, again, it's the producers and the actual artists that make it industry standard, just because they take the tools that they have and then they do something exceptional with it. Again, Billie Eilish, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, all that kind of stuff was made in bedrooms.
Yeah. Not in golden rule. I remember learning from Ace back in college. Tarrant probably remembers Ace. Maybe not everyone else. I can't.
Oh yeah. Everybody on the podcast.
Everyone on the podcast remembers Ace, obviously. I remember being the first year at college, going into his lesson, like, how to basically record shit. And he basically said, I'm going to show you the rules so you know how to break them.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. You learn shit, so you know how it's meant to be done, and then you work out how to fuck it up so it sounds like one.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I think I mean it's going to be, you're going to get a lot of this chat between us about which DAW is best and everything. But there isn't. I think the thing you can take away from this is there isn't a best DAW. I mean, we'll probably
no. We all agree on that. Like,
yeah.
But we're still doing it anyway.
Because,
DAWs!
It's not really a war. It's more of a It's more of a kind of discourse than a war. A DAW.
It's a disagreement.
Yeah, it's a discussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is what we like. We like to discuss here in the Andromeda Unmasked podcast.
But Logic is still the worst DAW.
Well, interestingly, it was the first DAW I ever used as well. I used Logic 9 back in like 2013, I think.
I feel like if anyone went up through any kind of music technology program or anything like that, I think Logic is the first one, unless you're going like specifically to recording school.
Yeah,
then it would be Pro Tools.
I think Logic is like the first one they touch.
Yeah.
Like because I my first DAW was actually Reason.
Same here. After Logic, mine was Reason.
But that was like a one-time thing. That was my introduction to the world. But I remember when I got into college down in Exeter. Shout out James Tarling if you're listening.
Public service announcement as well. Reason is.
Reason has its merits, but yeah.
There's a reason why it's been made into a plugin.
There's
because
a reason. I mean, to be fair, I was actually going to mention that, and I'm actually quite interested in picking it up.
It's really good. It's got some good like in the box like drum designers and stuff like that, and the compressor's nice, and just the synth aspects of it are really nice as well.
I thought you said synth ass then. I was like, what?
Aspects.
Synth ass.
So yeah,
Hey, Lewis, can you make a synth ass sound effect, and I'll just drop it in real quick.
Come here.
you know that like there you go.
There you go. Take that
go.
sound.
Take that. Let's take that to our next.
No, Reason Rack sounds really interesting. Do you guys watch Dan Worrell on YouTube?
No.
I do
You
not.
know all the Fab Filter tutorials?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that guy now has his own YouTube channel. He's putting a bit more effort into it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And he was
Nice.
talking about, because he's done these things like what's wrong with like re-EQ from fucking Reaper compared to like FabFilter Pro Q, and talking about like anti-aliasing filters and cramping at Nyquist and all this shit.
It's because
He's flexing like
It's
real
a dick
hard.
measuring
Look at me.
contest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
FabFilter Pro Q. FabFilter Pro Q3 is an amazing EQ.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't-
no.
I
It
can't-
was what was wrong with Re-Q, the one from Reaper, not what's wrong with Pro Q. But he was
I was
using
gonna
Pro
say,
Q as a,
because
as
I
a
wanna see his
comparison.
comparison
I mean, he
between-
he does stuff and is commissioned by FabFilter. You wouldn't badmouth FabFilter.
No,
Anyway,
I want to see
but-
his argument between the new Slate one and
you mean the
what,
Slate
Infinity
EQ?
EQ?
the rip-off.
Oh my god! I mean, I don't even want to. It looks like they're trying to sell you something. I was going to make a point, but I'd like to make a point actually about Slate. Or not a point, just an opinion. Really don't like it.
Do you know which
no,
one? What
like-
Slate altogether, or
Yeah, I don't like the approach. And I have a massive problem with people trying to sell something to somebody. Like, somebody wants to learn something so that their art can improve, when in fact they're just going to pour hundreds of dollars into a product or a tutorial or whatever that is just absolutely not fit for purpose and is designed to just screw them out of the money. And
Okay.
Slate kinda, even though I use like Trigger all the time, it just sort of feels like that a little bit. He's not the worst offender, not him specifically or his company. They're not the worst offenders for what I'm talking about, but like I just don't really. There's something about it, man.
so you don't have the all access pack, the everything.
No,
bundle,
no.
right? No. You see, I use that religiously,
Yeah,
and Jesus, like I would gladly use his EQs over FabFilter.
that's fair.
Not the like I would still use Pro Q3 for surgical stuff.
It's a very colorless EQ. It's basically surgery without any like kind of effect. Like it's not modeling anything because it's just meant. It's not what it's meant for.
Yeah. So what I usually go for is like surgical EQ first, get rid of everything dirty, and then sort of like chuck one of his EQs over the top of it.
So it's
Yeah.
like a character.
Yeah, and like I don't see that as like
The spiciness.
I can see why you would think he's selling it as a
Put this
I
on
don't know.
your.
I don't think he's disingenuous or anything like that, and I think the point I'm trying to make probably isn't coming across. So I should probably just shut up and we'll just ask this conversation here. I just don't like the business model. I think I've got a bit of a problem. I've got a bit of a problem with being like, okay, so here's all of these plugins, and then here's CLA mixing using these plugins, even though he doesn't use them on his professional mixes at all.
Oh, right. Oh,
because
I
he
see.
doesn't mix
Yeah.
in the box. Here's all these tutorials of these guys using these plugins on stems that cost like tens of thousands of dollars to record with artists who you will never ever touch.
Yeah,
Has been
yeah.
like, okay, what tips can I actually get from this? Literally, I watched one, and it was a free tutorial that they put up, and it was CLA talking about how he gets his snare sounds, and he was literally just like, hey, so I take this like SSL E Series EQ, I take the high shelf band, I sum both the mics together, then I take the high shelf band, I put it at 5K, and I crank it, and then you know what? I actually put another one in after, and then I maybe crank it a little bit more, and I'm like, that's not a tip. You just like really bright snares. Like that's your aesthetic. Anybody with ears or anybody who could listen critically, and this is what's not being done, is listening critically and, being taught how to listen critically to things. Because you're just being fed this stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, putting like 25 dB of 5K in my snare will make it sound amazing. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing on that snare. For whatever fucking reason, like, great, okay, or in that mix, or with his mix bus settings, or something, like, it works for him. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah. It's not a one size fit all. It's not like a universal tip. It's
you're being sold a solution to try and fix your art that probably doesn't need fixing, or if you spent a bit more time just thinking about it, or just sitting and going, what is actually wrong with this? And go, oh, well, things sound a little bit dull. Okay, I can put a bit of EQ on. Let's see how that sounds.
Yeah. I think
that's what I have. Yeah.
I don't see that as a Slate problem, though.
No, it's not. It's not.
Everyone does it.
Everyone fucking does it.
It's a tutorial problem, I think. Like, the one thing that really acts with tutorials is if the guy has his session open, and he's like, and then I put, 12K. Up 3 dB on this kick drum, and you're like, yeah, cool, but like my kick drum sounds nothing like it's just because they're looking at the numbers in front of them right there and then.
I would genuinely love to see like one of these guys have like the shittest session.
Right.
Just try and fix
honestly,
it. Honestly,
and like this is something that I'm actually working on something at the moment that I might be able to talk about more next week because it'll actually be done. But I'm actually working on something where I'm mixing something that's been recorded in somebody's house that perhaps wasn't recorded ideally. Actually was recorded quite well, considering it's in a house with like drums and things. There's like real drums in a house. I'm like, fucking hell. I won't say anything just in case whatever comes up. But and I'm going to do like a talking and break it down and be like, well, here's what I did. And here's some things you can do to your stuff that's like, I'm not just saying like, oh yeah, add like 3 dB of 2K in your snare and it'll pop through. None of that. It's just like, here's some tips to potentially like to actually get to the sound that you have in your head. That's the entire point. It's like, it's the trying to sell a solution. It's the classic salesman pitch, right? It's create a problem, then sell people the solution. And I entirely fucking hate. Like,
but the problem is as well, if you think about it, like the people that people respect enough to actually watch their tutorials and like pay for them to do like tutorials on like these masterclass things, chances are they're already recording something in a perfect acoustic space with great mics. So there doesn't need a lot. There's not really a lot that needs to be fixed. It's more kind of taste making.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I think it's, all these like mix tutorials and things like that. Mixing is like the last fucking 20%.
Yeah.
And there is so much focus on it because you can sell it to people who are sat at home with a DAW, with like some stock plugins or like maybe like one plugin bundle from somebody. It's like, and I'm not saying that like nobody should try and get into audio engineering or anything like that. I think as many people as possible should do it, whether it's like a hobby or you're a musician, you want to record at home, that's great. But you need professional guidance, in my opinion. I think you actually need to, if you really want to learn it, you can learn some quick tips and like it's great for quick tips, but like don't watch a tutorial and think
it's not a Bible.
You're an expert because you're not. Like I think most people are aware of that. It's just how much that's sold and how much plugins and things like that are sold as solutions to problems rather than tools to make art with.
Yeah.
So
well, that was a
tangent.
Yeah, bloody hell, philosophy. Here we go.
That's what we like.
We should have another Logic user now.
Do you think?
I think so.
And then we'll close it off with
so
the
we'll go
best
back
DAW.
to Morgan.
Yeah, but
Kieran, a typical Mac user. Just don't Google typical Mac user. Do you guys remember that?
What? What's that?
Have you ever right now?
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
Google typical Mac user.
Is that
Okay.
a picture of Kieran Rue?
No, but I can't wait to see your faces. It is what I think it is from like years ago.
Is it the guy in the bed?
oh my god.
Is it the guy in the bed or is it the guy at the desk?
There's two of them now. Jesus, hang
I
on.
think it's the guy at the desk with the
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
What you
God.
can't see is all that stuff.
yeah.
Basically, what Morgan's alluding to is a picture of a man eating his own shit.
Wow.
Vintage.
okay.
Content,
Right.
anyway.
I
Kieran
was
Rue.
thinking content. Hashtag
Right.
content.
Anyway, Kieran, I'm getting your timer up.
Oh god. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, Kieran Rue.
Rue.
Fuck Ableton.
That was
man.
quick.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty good.
Done. Bloody hell, 3 seconds.
No, so I use Logic mainly because, like Morgan said, the workflow is like piss easy. The thing that I like about Logic is it's deep without looking deep. You know, like
Bro.
yeah, no, it really is. Like if you open up Logic, you're not overwhelmed with. Stop it. You're not overwhelmed with like what you're looking at. You know, you've got a giant screen where your tracks go, your sidebar where your plugins go, and then your top transport bar. That's it. That's all you're looking at. You know, things like Ableton and Pro Tools, there's hidden windows that I don't get, and my workflow gets ruined because of that. But then when it comes, so recording something actually into Logic, whether that be MIDI or audio, like that setup is so amazingly simple. You know, it literally brings up a window going, do you want to record audio or MIDI? Fucking sorted. Cool. And then, wait, I was talking about Logic or GarageBand.
Same
thing,
thing, innit?
I actually prefer the wooden barrier on GarageBand.
The aesthetic of GarageBand.
Nah, it's the tone, mate. It's that vintage warmth that you want.
Yeah, it's tone woods, mate.
You've got a minute and a half.
My door has tone with.
Right. So, yeah, no, so Logic is really, really powerful when it comes to deeper editing as well. You know, don't.
Sorry.
Because how
continue.
many DAWs do you know that come built in with a trigger pad? You know, with drum trigger.
Mine.
You know. You know, I've got,
Ableton.
yeah, no, but Ableton, like, fuck me, I have to go through my taxes just to figure out how to record audio.
Okay, boo.
I think what it comes down to is like it's such a melding of both worlds, as Morgan said. If I want to write in drum MIDI, it's so piss easy. If I want to add synths in, you're fucking golden. You know, I have like my window usually open on the right with all my samples, easy to access, drag and drop straight in, no problem. Into anything I want. I could drag that into a sampler, I can drag that into my main window, golden. But then when it comes to like recording audio as well, it's just it's a clean layout. Everything is markedly easy to see. You can see when you're recording because shit's red. You know?
I mean, if your shit's red, you got issues, mate.
10 seconds.
We spoke about this earlier. 10 seconds? Yeah, fuck
What,
Ableton
red
again.
shit? Or...
10 seconds of red shit.
Wow.
Man,
Thank
no.
you for that
Jeez.
truly troubling insight into your brain,
Well,
Kieran.
I decided the guy by full time because you're all interjecting, so fuck you.
This is a democracy. You're out.
Yeah. It's a democracy, is it?
Yeah, this is democracy. We all scream over each other until we get listened to.
I'm just going to leave the call.
Wasn't that how the Third Reich was born?
Demonetized.
No, that was one guy screaming really loudly and sheep listening to him. Oh. Do I call people who follow fascists a sheep? Yes. Fascist! Oh dear.
Hag.
It's good job we're going to get like 20 views.
It's
so there's no
fascism.
money coming out of this.
Fascism. Good. Please don't take that out of context.
Just gonna see that somewhere posted over Facebook.
Yeah, bloody
That's
hell.
the pre-drop for our new tune.
Oh, please
God.
let it be. Please.
Fucking some fascism step. Like,
Fash step. No, because if it was fascism step, it would be a goose step, wouldn't it?
what?
If it was goose step. You know, like when. Oh, I'll tell you later.
Fuck is goose?
No, do you have to explain that now?
Goose stepping is the terminology that I've heard for when people are doing the Nazi like march. You know, because they look like goose.
I thought I'd like
That makes sense.
Sure,
Okay.
The
geese.
first thing that popped into my mind was like Untitled Goose Game. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, the goose in Goose Game is actually fascist.
That's a tangent I don't want to go down.
Yeah, I don't want to
But
do
that's
that.
just a theory.
No,
Hong
he just
theory.
hates people sat in pubs, you know, like
He just hates
or he just
everyone.
hates people. He just wants the geese to rise up and take over
He gets
the world.
locked down. He gets locked down properly.
No, he doesn't.
Pop him running around. He's
going to the goose lag.
Nice.
Oh man.
All right, Lewis, it's your turn. Defend
All
the
right.
best door of the three that we're talking about.
What,
Okay.
Logic?
Okay.
Ableton. I'm
so-
conceding that it's Ableton. Like,
All right, so I've got 3 minutes.
it's,
okay?
it's not for audio
You-
recording, to be fair.
You basically said I hate my DAW with your one.
Yeah, I do. I was
I think
honest.
everyone hates something about their DAW. Like I hate
No,
things like Ableton.
right. There's hating something about it and wishing that something was better. That comes from software not being designed for one person. That comes from
Yeah.
software being
Yeah.
designed for many people. I don't think Pro Tools is good software.
Shame.
I still use it.
Anyway,
I don't think it's good. I will never be endorsed by Avid. Good thing they don't do endorsements.
Oh, yes,
Fuck
I
you,
really want
Avid.
their hardware.
Also, FabFilter love me. And Plugin Alliance, I love you.
all right,
Yeah,
you ready?
if you're the
Even
first
though I
person to be
dissed you
sponsored
earlier.
even though you're the first person to be sponsored by Plugin Alliance, you could be that person.
No, loads of people are sponsored by Plugin Alliance now. Yeah, loads of people.
Anyway,
Go on then, my lord.
okay, 3,
Talk to us.
2.
Our Lord and Saviour, Lewis
3.
Carpenter with Why, the Gospel of Why, Ableton Live is the best DAW. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so basically, what I'm going to start is with this. This is great.
That's
is
not the door.
It's built
is
with the
it?
door. It's the push.
You can use that with anything.
Basically, all the biggest live bands in the world use it as their backing track triggering software
Not true.
because Ableton is a live performance software.
Not true. Carry on.
Anyway, it's the best and easiest for MIDI programming. It's fantastic stock plugin effects, which have shaped the sound of contemporary EDM for the last 10 years and have been
Someone did a
emulated.
dissertation on this shit.
I did. And then other companies have actually built those stock plugins into their sound library. They've actually made third-party Windows version of, there's my microphone, third-party versions of the actual Ableton software. You can take tools like the audio effects rack and make preset packs for basically any effect chain that you want and then just swap them between users if they have the plugins. Does it all fine, maps everything perfectly. The interface is easy to understand and can be configurable to suit the user. The
Configurable, yes. I'll give you that.
It is easy to understand. The philosophy and ethics behind the actual company themselves, the fact that you can literally just modify the program from just typing in a few lines of text in a text file within the actual library directory can unlock hidden features within the program. You get free updates all the time. You get free resource packs. The stock library is pretty shit, but you can do stuff to it to make it sound better. It's quite cheap for what you get. And every single person that I've ever sat down with it has been converted because once you actually know what you're looking for, it's like any DAW. Like once you actually see, it's fine. And that's it. And it's the best. And I love it.
Okay, right. First,
Okay.
Hang on,
Here we
hang
go,
on.
here
Is
we
that the
go.
3 minutes done? Hang on.
No, I've got a minute
Okay.
left.
Go on,
Yeah, keep going.
You can literally reskin it any way you want with just a PNG.
I think you'll see his desk lifting up.
Every single fuck off. You can most like popular MIDI controllers are already loaded in mapped software. You literally, when you plug it in, detects the MIDI map and then maps it fine. The browser window's great. The actual folder architecture of it is really nice as well. Like when you save, it does like just pulls in all of the samples and keeps them all in the nice place, and everything's named correctly.
Most of them do.
Shut up. Unlike most programs, if you don't actually know something, there's a little triangle that you can press in the bottom of the screen. It will tell you exactly what it does, and that's with every single stock plugin, every single little kind of button in the whole window. So basically, the manual is built into the program itself, and that's it. 3 minutes.
Logic does that, I think.
Yeah, Logic has that.
Yeah, Logic does that.
That's
Pro
the
Tools,
notepad.
no, but
that's the notepad in the left-hand side, isn't it?
No. We there's literally a question mark.
Yeah, there's a button you turn on, and it like has a little window over everything you can drag over.
But anyway,
This is this.
Yeah.
feel free.
Right.
So
Easy to use? No.
Have you actually sat down and tried to use it?
Yes.
When?
So actually, before I started college, they did a taster day at Western College. There's a bloke, I don't know his name. Taryn might remember him because you were a year or two above me. The bloke that's like, I think Matt Griffiths replaced him. I think.
Oh,
I think his name might have been Phil. Maybe.
do you mean Dave?
Maybe kind of like his hair was gone here. His hair was gone here.
Gareth?
Yeah. That's Dave, I think.
Oh, Dave,
I can't
not
remember
Phil.
his
There we
last
go.
name. He was my
Yeah.
tutor for first year.
Yeah,
Last
with
name
college
Andrew.
For me.
But no, him trying to explain Ableton was no. I tried using it. It was bad. It did not end well.
In Ableton's defense, I'm going to play advocate here. All of the people that really like Ableton are really eccentric about it, and they like to use it in the kind of way that it's not the easiest way to use. Like the XL view that Kieran's on about is session view, which I never use unless I'm actually triggering tracks live. I do it all in arrangement view, which is literally what Logic looks like. It's just left, right, transport bar, bottom, plugins on the left-hand side, browser, same thing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone uses Ableton that way, right? They just use the session view just for live launching because that's what it's
that
for.
and ideas as well.
yeah, some people generate ideas in it and then they
Like,
just drag
if
it
I-
straight into the view.
Anytime I've used Ableton, I've always just used the session view. No, not the arrangement view. I'm too deep into Logic, so I'm going for Logic shortcuts in the arrangement view.
Yeah.
But in the session view, like, yeah, I've had some fun with it, but like it just hasn't hit. It's never just.
I think as well,
Yeah.
like the kind of, I think it's just very much indicative of our different backgrounds as well. Like I'm not recording, I'm not recording guitars into Ableton all the time. I'm literally doing everything in MIDI, programming, sound designing, and all that kind of stuff, which is what it does best.
It's built for. That's what it's
Yeah.
built
Yeah.
for.
It's
It's
like
not built to be like a recording DAW.
like it can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think our choice of DAW really reflects how we've come into the industry.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because
Like-
me and Morgan as the guitarists, you know, we've looked for a DAW that's like a quick sketchpad for ideas that does audio recording well
Yeah.
and MIDI's easy. It's simple.
See, I personally hate the MIDI design in Logic. Like just trying to, like when I've been sat down with you, like trying to work on demos and stuff, just trying to program drums in, it's just, blah.
Yeah, but it's the same with Ableton. Like I hate the layout of like the velocities in Ableton are disgusting.
It's at the
In
bottom.
my opinion. Yeah, no,
just-
precisely.
And here I am in Pro Tools, just like don't even fucking
don't do
talk
this.
to me about MIDI. Like,
Grab my beer.
yeah, just fucking hold my
He's
beer.
got
You want
three
to
quick
see how
shot-
bad MIDI can be? Like, I actually think FL. Oh yeah, FL Studio probably does handle MIDI better than Pro Tools. does.
The thing is, FL, like the MIDI was. I used FL for a little bit, like when I first got started. This is when like Macs were quite expensive. They're
still are.
they're still expensive, but then we're sort of older now. It's
You
when
can
you're
get an
younger,
old machine for cheap and it's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's my one.
Yeah, don't. Oh.
I hope for the love of God, no one ever ends up getting this. I mean, it'll go.
But
in the
like,
bin.
I think when you
Yeah.
when you finally do get a new Mac, I think you should give it a Viking funeral and just set it on fire in Marine Lake.
No, because I've seen what happens to these batteries when they get dented or go on fire. It doesn't end well.
you've seen
That's
Terminator
fine.
2, right? Haven't you?
It's a lockdown. No one's out.
That's the problem.
Pretty sure if the police catch him setting fire to a MacBook, he might get arrested.
Just a bit.
It's fine.
Just
that's
a
also
little.
that's also another thing that I really like about Ableton is it's supported from Windows as well. So even though I
Yeah.
use a Mac, I can use it on Windows if I wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
So it's Pro
yeah.
Tools, but
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest drawback of Logic is the
Yeah.
it's Mac
Apple
only.
native. Yeah,
Yeah. It
But-
never used to be back in the day, but
but
No.
it is the cheapest DAW out of a lot of them.
Well, it's 150, isn't it?
Yeah.
199.
199.
Yeah.
199.
Yeah, because I think Ableton's 233, the standard version.
That's standard though. Like,
Yeah, like I use Suite, but like your average like user isn't going to need like half the things that Suite. Like Suite is like Max for Live, which is another great thing about Ableton is just
Yeah.
the community
Yeah,
around that.
fuck.
It's just, you have like a whole group of like people just making plugins in Max for Live that are just for free.
yeah, that's it's fun. That's
Again,
fun.
it's more geared towards like sound design and kind of technology, as opposed to
Yeah.
kind of your contemporary musician.
yeah. Like the way I see it is like Pro Tools is definitely like emulating a recorder.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Yeah,
definitely-
yeah, yeah.
Your old tape
Yeah.
machine.
Pro Tools
Yeah.
is supposed to be a tape machine. That's how it came in. It was replacing tape machines.
Yeah.
No,
So yeah.
and it's super cool for all of that, because like we take for granted how easy it is to record music now.
yeah.
We really do.
Oh,
God,
100%. Yeah.
Like anybody can start. Fucking anybody can start. If you have a fucking phone and that lot, there's DAWs for your phone now. That's madness.
GarageBand for
Oh,
iPhone
you can buy,
is
like-
really good.
Yeah.
Like
You got the
actually
iRig stuff,
really
haven't you
good.
now? Like you got the
Yeah,
iRig,
there's-
you got the bias stuff. You can literally track off your phone. That's mad. That's
You can
mad.
get all the FabFilter plugins on iOS as well, so you can use them as
Fucking hell.
plugins in DAW. Like, and
That's
you
mad.
can get like Korg and Moog stuff, and like there's all kinds of shit now. Like,
All
it's
officially
amazing.
licensed. I mean,
Is it as good as the world's smallest violin though?
Stop. I think my only gripe with all this plugin support for phones is that it's very iOS based, which means that
Yeah,
you need to get approved by Apple to like stick anything on the App Store.
yeah,
Whereas Google Play is it's the Wild West.
yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
But
Like, from
the
working
reason
in car
for
phone,
that,
you can find all sorts on Android phones.
Yeah.
I think my favorite of all time, was someone that came in and they downloaded an SD card.
I remember you fucking
Like,
telling me
and
about
I
that.
get that obviously working in a phone store, you see phones day in, day out, you know what to do, what not to do most of the time. And not everyone gets that, but who thinks, yes, I download more space?
I'm going to
that-
download a battery booster.
Don't. No, that's the word. Everyone's always like, yes, I've got all these boosters and things. Like, no, don't. If you have a phone out there, don't download that shit. Just don't fucking bother.
Speaking of phones.
Oh, what have you fucking done now? Yours?
No.
I mean, yours.
No, mine's fucked. But I'm thinking we put out some screensavers.
Not yet.
Oh no,
know.
can't yet. No,
No.
can't yet.
Can't.
Can't yet.
Coming soon. Again, shout out Ollie Hewlett Design.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, bless them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bless.
Bear with. Okay, Google.
Fuck
Turn on
off.
the light.
Fuck off.
I am the tech man.
Such a pleb. Such a pleb.
Whoa, you say
What?
that? Did I just
What?
stay here and turn my light on?
Yeah, true.
Do not question the elevated one.
Hey Kieran, turn your light off. Wow, that took me like no effort.
Hey, Kieran, turn
Please
on
put
your
it back
main
on. We
light,
can't
or have you
fucking
not changed the
see
bulb
you.
yet?
Anyway,
Jesus, it
we are
works.
coming
Bloody
up to sort
taken
of
out my
near the
headphones,
end.
though. Give me a
I was going to suggest, why
they've
don't
gone
we
in the wrong
all
way.
say something that we don't like about our DAWs and that we would change? I,
Yeah.
of course, would change. Which
Everything.
DAW I
Everything.
use.
I changed DAWs.
Yep, I would. If anyone's actually interested, I would probably go to Studio One or Reaper, but I'm not sure which. Probably Studio One.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah.
like the best hybrid of like everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
I
And
think
you
if I was
can-
going to switch,
you can
up,
just
it'd probably
switch
be
the
that.
Pro Tools shortcuts straight on as well. They've got that
Okay,
supported.
that's cool.
That's
But
cool.
also
I think it was
Logic
the same-
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
Ableton, which is
They've
quite
got
cool.
like, it's basically we know that you're looking for other things and we want to make it easy, so come to us.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you?
It's only
That's the
64
only thing I know people from Pro Tools have moved to
Yeah.
for sure is Studio One. Like, made the move, Studio One. But apart from that, no. So, Lewis, what would you change about Ableton if you could?
I would make it more recording friendly, like making playlists and kind of comping, like does the comping kind of stuff, like similar to what like Logic's like playlist comping thing is, when it like kind of
You
goes
just
down.
ruined it. You're going on about this great thing, and then you go, just like Logic's comping.
Well,
Like,
the thing is, I've never comped in Pro Tools before.
it's easier.
Well,
and
again,
the editing is better because you can actually crossfade between regions. So you don't get fucking pops and shit. So you can actually cut like in the middle of a word and comp it. It's great.
Also, one thing that I really wish I had, I don't know what it is, but there's a thing in Pro Tools that Tarrant does where he like slows it down and then time warps it. I don't know what it is. Like, do you know the thing
Verify.
Yeah, I think that's
Is that what you
it is.
mean? I think you can just get a plugin that does that. I'm pretty sure.
100%.
You could use any plugin, like most tape emulation plugins have like a tape stop thing.
Yeah, the isotope vinyl has it built in.
Yes.
No, I mean the thing what you were like doing for like warping and stuff like that to keep everything in time.
Oh,
to keep it. Oh, you mean
Time stretching.
Elastic Audio?
Yeah, I think that's it.
But you have that in Ableton, and it's way better.
I don't know. Again, I don't really edit audio that much unless it's like 5-second bass noises.
Oh yeah, but have you
Fraser.
have you ever like imported
no.
have you ever imported a loop and then like time stretched that and then like changed the groove of it and stuff?
Yeah, I've done that. That's
It's exactly the same thing, and like Ableton just auto detects it and gets it right like every time because it's designed to be used musically, whereas Pro Tools is not designed to be used like musically.
The warping algorithms are really nice as well. Like you have different ones for different things, like beats. Like you can actually basically just gate. It's got gating built into the sample audio manipulation, and then there's like Complex Pro where you can shift like performance around and like grain and texture and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, see, like that's way better. I have like monophonic, polyphonic, Verispeed, something else, and then Xform. And Xform's really good, but you can buy like. That's the good thing about Pro Tools, actually. The in terms of warping stuff, is you can buy other algorithms. Isotope make a really good one, but I don't have it. So
I'll say we've got loads of forms of warping too. We got monophonic slicing, all of that lot.
It's got really nerdy, isn't it? We're talking about different. warps.
it's like Elastic Audio, which is like something I very rarely use.
Just
like,
wait until we
ever.
do the episode when we do our favorite plugin.
No, we can't go into that.
We can't go into that. That'll be like a 3-hour long.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll
Jesus.
do like I'll put you all on the spot. Kieran, what's your favorite one plugin? What's your desert island plugin? If you had if you were marooned on desert island with just one plugin.
Do I get a computer with it, or I just get like the box?
No, you just
the
get
CD?
the box. Yeah, just that.
It's just
No, you
the
get-
serial number for that plugin.
No, you like a
So
laptop
if you-
washes up on shore with just Logic and one plugin loaded into it.
Slate Everything bundle.
That's not
No.
a plugin.
No, you should have said VMR because you know.
No, it's definitely it would actually probably be the VMI. It does like everything.
What's VMR?
Virtual
The
mix
virtual
rack.
mix rack.
Ah,
Yeah, the thing that's got
Because-
everything in it. To be fair.
If a Slate
So it's
ML1
technically
washes up
cheating.
next to it.
you won't be able to record anything into it. I thought you would have gone for like an amp sim or something like that.
Oh man, no, because Logic has it built in.
Ooh, the blues one.
Yeah, I know, but like you can work it.
Also,
It's
a guitar might be
serviceable.
handy. Yeah.
You know,
What about
and
you?
maybe those limitations would help. You
Maybe.
don't know.
What about you, Morgan?
Addictive drums, 100%.
Nice.
For me,
That's fair,
drums make the difference between a good sounding track and a bad one. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that you see all the memes of someone EQing a snare within an inch of his life.
Yep.
Like,
Snare's the
because I
most
make those
important
memes.
drum.
for me, having fantastic drum samples makes a difference. Really, legit. I remember the first time having a session with them, I was like,
Yeah.
so that'd be me. Easy. There we go.
In fairness, like
Yeah,
most
get
of the
it.
samples that I download are just drums
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah.
Tarrant?
Pro Q2 or 3, whatever it is.
3.
Pro Q1.
That's just
If I could cheat Helix Native because it has
a good
EQ,
point.
compression, reverb, amp sims, everything in it. But does that count? No.
It is a plugin. It is a plugin.
It's a plugin.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Because it's a desert island plugin. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I can get everything out of it. Like, I actually want to do that now that I've. Oh wow! I
That's a
should do
challenge,
that.
do
I
a
should do a
do a
whole
session.
mix with Helix Native. Oh, that'd be so bad.
Get a Line 6 sponsorship right now.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Line 6,
no,
actually sponsor me, please.
Yeah,
I
please.
love you. I use
Yeah, I
my
genuinely
Helix
reckon
Stomp all the time and Helix Native. Please sponsor me. I love you.
I've just bought one. Please sponsor me also.
Yes. Please sponsor this band.
Apart from me.
Please give me a shuriken. I would love a shuriken.
Man.
If we're going with like a plugin that only does like one thing, Pro MB, because you can use it as an EQ and a compressor and an expander, so you can actually use it as a gate as well.
That goes against your logic of a plugin that only does one thing.
Yeah, but like an EQ can do like many things. What I mean is like it's one type of plugin, whereas Helix has amp sims, reverbs, delays,
Yeah, okay, fair
all
enough.
that kind
fair
of stuff.
enough.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if I could pick one, it's Pro MB because it can just do everything. All the basic dynamics and EQ processing that you need. I'd go for that.
Nice.
What's yours then, Lewis?
I think it would either be Serum
Sausage
or
fattener.
Phase Plant. Because
Gotta
a
be
lot of
serum in it.
because a lot of my sound design techniques is just using Ableton stock plugins.
Yeah.
So I actually like one thing that I've found as well, like good quality reverbs are like essential. Like I like the Pro R. The Pro R is really good. And I like Valhalla Vintage Verb as well. But I think it would have to be either Phase Plant or Serum. Probably Phase Plant because Phase Plant can do more than Serum. It's just a bit of a ball ache to learn.
Yeah.
And it
I
doubles up.
choose Logic's Retro Synth.
Oh God, don't get me started.
ES2.
Oh my fucking god.
Alchemy, I can give a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alchemy passes. ES2 is like, I mean, to be fair, it's designed to be super bare bones. I'm just surprised it's still included. Like,
Mate, they've got some stuff like the drum sampler. I'm surprised they haven't updated that. I'm really surprised.
oh, ESX24.
No, that's the sampler. I really like that sampler.
I'm gonna
the
disclose one of the darkest secrets I've ever had. Okay, like when
fun.
in the first ever assignment
This
I
one
had
time
to,
at Bandcamp.
it's basic. It's almost that. It's this one time at uni. The first ever assignment I had to do was I had to do 2 compositions in Logic. And I got 96%, and it was the highest thing that I ever did while I was at university, and it was in fucking Logic. Do you know how much that grates on me as a human being?
It's a testament to the
Superior DAW.
In fairness, I didn't use a single Logic stock plugin when I was doing those.
no.
I didn't use a single one. I used Contact, and actually Contact would be quite good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Could you imagine
Con-
just Contact with just like every Contact library?
Because
Including
Contact's
all the
got
bad ones.
Contact's got effects built into it as well.
It does.
It's got convolution reverbs and all that kind of stuff. I actually made a few Contact libraries. It's really fun. It's really interesting to do.
Because
I did that
a signal patch for sale now. signature contact patches. We did.
The thing is though, like Logic's roster of like built-in plugins are
it's
probably, I don't want to say the best, but they're up there.
Oh yeah, they're way better than Pro
know.
Tools.
Like
It's not
Like
hard
the
for Pro Tools,
EQ
is
is
it?
actually nice to look at,
the EQ's lovely.
and like the compressors actually sound good,
Yeah.
and like
The reverbs are great.
yeah, the reverbs are good. Whereas
know?
like
Deverb-
Deverb is just
yeah.
like you can't use it on anything that's pitched because the pitch just drops so dramatically.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah. But like,
I'd argue that I would like I know like we've like been like doing the meme that like our DAWs are the best, but I do think Ableton's stock library is the best out of all of the DAWs that I've used. Just because again, a lot of third party companies have made like the compressors and the EQs like is it Cytomics?
Cymatics?
No, not Cytomics.
No, Cytomic, right?
Yeah, that they
Yeah,
they make all the EQs, the compressors, and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, but like the amount of like sounds you get built in with Logic as well is astonishing.
Oh god, yeah, that library's massive.
You
No,
got
not the Apple
you've got like
loops.
20 Apple loops as well. Like, as much as people shit on them, They're great jumping off points.
Pro fucking sessions use Apple loops all the fucking time, like
Well, like, what's
songwriting
it?
sessions, and it's just like the loop becomes part of the song, and then
The weirdest
boom,
one I
that's
heard.
it.
Weirdest one I heard. I was watching. Don't judge me for this.
I'm judging.
Fred 3, Camp Fred.
Wow. Is that the one with John Cena in it?
They've all got John Cena in it. They're all great films.
Fred is in the YouTube guy.
Yeah. He's got a trilogy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I knew there was a film, but I didn't think it got 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who the
And
fuck paid for that?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Jesus.
okay, all right.
Like says a lot, doesn't it?
But there's like a part where they drop down into this this hidden den, and especially like this really cool moment they reveal this, and it's a fucking Apple loop, and it's like it just took me straight back to like secondary school, and I was just fucking around with them.
But at the
I was
same
like,
time,
how
that,
have you gotten away with this?
but at the same time, that would make sense if you think about it, because he's a YouTuber. So chances are he was editing with the Apple sound library, which is
Yeah.
in iMovie and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it was just so shoddy. It was like
But 99.9% of people don't know because 99.9% of people haven't
they
used
wouldn't
Logic.
know. Granted that, but like, yeah, it just shocked me the unoriginality of it.
Was it like hearing a Wilhelm scream, but just specifically for you?
It was worse.
God.
Because at least the
like-
Wilhelm scream has like a kind of iconic status now.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like an Apple loop doesn't really have like an iconic
Well, not yet. You
That's
never know.
what I'm
Not yet.
doing. That's what I'm doing. Just gonna
making 2020 making
The year
Apple
of the
loops
Apple loop.
iconic.
Well, no, Christine and the Queens, like they use like Apple loops exclusively writing their songs, and they're like playing festivals and shit.
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Not this year. Not this year. They're not. But
Rest in peace, all of our jobs.
Yeah, Jesus.
Peace. Anyway, I think we've come to the end of the DAW war.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
There are no
winners.
winners in the DAW war.
No.
Only losers. Us.
No.
We are the losers.
No, we all beat FL and Reason.
No. We all beat Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Even I beat Pro Tools myself personally.
He's a martyr.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Pro Tools martyr.
I'm still waiting for your lo-fi hip-hop EP.
I haven't even started it, and do you know what? I'm probably not going to. I'm really sorry.
Not in Pro Tools,
Basically-
he's not anyway.
For those who are listening, hello, if you are still listening. I at the start of the lockdown, I was like, I'm gonna like learn how to do a new thing, and I wanted to learn how to use Ableton.
Yeah.
Lewis very kindly gave me a license for Ableton, and I literally haven't opened Ableton since I got it because I'm just too focused on like not working. No,
Yeah.
just other stuff. You know, the stuff we're doing, the stuff I mentioned last week that I'm working on, and Warzone as well.
Yeah, Warzone's a
is
pretty
eating
big-
up so much of my
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, God,
life, and yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna have time to actually learn how to use Ableton and make my lo-fi hip hop.
Kieran, whatever
EP.
you're showing, it's not focusing.
I
It's
know, I
awful.
can't see it. It sucks.
It looks like Ryan Upward. Am I right?
Nope. It's
Nope.
Oh, stop it!
Anyway, I think it's about time we wrap this up, don't you, boys?
Well,
yeah. Let's
Oh
go play
no,
some
we're not
Warzone.
doing
no,
the
we
old.
got so much more. Well, not so much more shit, but
You know the last
How much-
point on the last point on the note. So you're not at least going to do that? Have you got something prepared for that, or are you just
to
fucking
the
it off?
script,
Yeah, I've got that.
motherfucker.
I've read the scripts. Taryn said that we were cutting that bit out.
What bit?
You said like I was gonna wrap up the DAW wall and that was gonna be it. But I've got my bits
No,
prepared.
I
If you
didn't.
want.
Wait, when did I say that?
Like a minute ago.
We are very professional.
What?
This. Very.
Anyway, ask me the question and I'll answer it.
Okay, Lewis,
Yes.
we're starting a new segment.
Yes.
Where's Osama bin Laden?
Where's
In an
his
ocean.
skull?
in an ocean somewhere. No.
He's,
Yeah.
there. He's in my cupboard over there.
The segment, which has no name, is just a recommendation of the week. It can be any music you want. You have to justify why you've chosen it.
Yep.
And we will take it in turns each week to recommend something to listen to. But this week, seeing as though we use 001, Lewis has the honor of the first recommendation of whatever this segment is called. In fact, this segment is the segment that shall not be named ever upon pain of CBT.
Mediocrity. Yeah.
I mean, it could just be called recommendation of the week, but I know that's quite far out there to give that.
I mean,
Come on.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Let's call it that.
I recommend Phase Zero and The Fall by Andromedus because not only is it a slapping EP, but when we released The Fall in December, we actually predicted the fall of mankind to the coronavirus.
Is this actually a recommendation?
No, it's not.
I was gonna say.
It's a plug.
Good bit though. Good bit. I like that.
bit.
I like that. I enjoyed that.
Little bits.
Good bit. Little bits.
I think. Well, are we going for like? I don't know. I've got loads of things that I'd love to recommend, but I think if I could just pin it down to one thing that I've really been like kind of.
That's the point of this. So yeah,
That is the whole point.
I'm just trying to think because at the moment, because normally when I was riding the bus to work, it's about an hour's bus ride, so I can listen to an album pretty much every day. But because I'm actually driving to work, which is a 5-minute drive, I haven't been listening to that much new stuff at the moment. So I'm just going to go and dig. I'm just going to dig back to something in the corners of my brain to actually just recommend something.
Kieran has suddenly developed ADHD.
Meanwhile, Kieran has had too much sugar.
He's had a whole bottle of Lucas. Is that a whole bottle of Lucozade you'd had since?
Is it a 1 litre bottle of Lucozade?
Yeah,
It's
man.
1.5.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And some jelly. I had some fucking jelly.
Is it what flavour?
Oh, God.
Fucking.
Oh, dear.
Dear.
What?
But I will think I'm just searching through my Spotify to get some inspiration because it
You
kind of
said
put
you
me
had
on
something prepared.
I had something prepared for the outro bit, but
Oh.
no, I know what I can say. I'm going to recommend one of my favorite bands, one of their albums, and it's a weird thing. I don't think a lot of people would expect me to like this band, but I've liked them for literally years now. And that's a band called Bastille. I actually really enjoy their music. Their new album, which is a concept album called Doomsdays, is really, really good. Nice moments. I like this. Yeah, I just really like it. I don't know why I like it, but I've seen them live. They're incredible live. All of their albums, I like for different reasons. They do really cool live sessions as well, where they do like string quartet stuff, and yeah, it's just really good. So go and listen to Doom Days by Bastille, or So What by Now She Sleeps.
Now She Sleeps. What are you on
While
about?
she sleeps. Ugh, I'm tired. I've been at work all day. Come on.
So What by Pink. Actual
Actual.
slapper, though. Like,
Oh, mate, that's a
mate.
bop.
actually
Like-
slaps.
Do you want to know what is a fat bop? Sound of the Underground by Girls Aloud.
Is that
I've gone off of that. Now.
is that foreshadowing?
No.
Is
that foreshadowing
something?
Yes,
Fucking-
it might be.
Yes, it is.
Just imagine that opening guitar riff as a meaty drum and bass.
I've been listening to S Club 7 recently. It's fucking brilliant.
S Club 7 has actually got
Have you
some...
actually?
S
Yeah,
Club 7 have got
genuinely.
bangers. More bars than a jail.
Never say that for as long as you live.
I'm already...
Oh.
That's very handy because I'm about to die of exhaustion because I'm tired.
Well, you got to play Warzone with us first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, shit.
After
That's
I've been
something
for
I can
piss,
recommend.
but, you know.
Go and play Warzone.
Yeah. Join us in the gulag.
Go lag.
Because we're there a lot.
When your girlfriend sends you to the gulag.
Oh, dear.
Also, I've got an isolation tip as well for everyone. Learn a new hobby, download Ableton Live because it's on a free 90-day trial, and make some slapping beats.
Pro Tools is also free for 90 days, but don't download it because it's
So
shit.
Is it
Logic.
really?
What's Mark Hoppus going to tell us?
No, Pro Tools is free for people who already
It's
have
me,
a Pro
Jimmy
Tools license.
Rooktron.
It's really weird.
So it's basically this, like, if you've already owned this, we're going to give it to you for free.
It's so you can work from home.
Ah.
Got a blast.
I think, well, actually, no.
Mark? Is that you?
No, it's Jimmy Rooktron.
Jim. Lewis,
I can do it as
end
well.
this shit. Hang on, wait. Mine's the longest. Look at that. Look at that
actually the
shit.
longest?
Look at that.
Mine's not actually that.
No, look at that. Look how long that is.
Tarrant also doubles up as a tasty playground snack.
What?
An ice gem.
A fruit
I thought you were just
winder.
calling me a snack. I was like, oh.
You are. Well,
But then it was playground snack, and I'm like, well, that's a bit creepy.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah. So
playground snack is something that I'm never ever going to say again.
Oh, everybody go stream Terrence's new movie, Hot Tub Time Machine.
Actually, I did it about 10 years ago.
I've never seen it.
I look exactly the same. To be
Have you
fair.
not seen Hot Tub Time Machine, Lewis?
No.
Do you actually?
Terrence
oh my
in
God.
it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Like, he's supported our band. We should at least support his film career.
In fairness, I don't think 10 years ago, how old would you have been then, Tarrant? 16?
Yes.
15? So I don't think I would have ever met a 15-year-old Tarrant.
It's true. However, I was in Hot Tub Time Machine,
So you would have seen him on ITV2
and I look
on
exactly
weekends.
the same.
Hot Fuzz Time Machine.
Can the outro just be a picture of him with really sad music?
No, it's just going to be like slowly.
Thinking more like, say something, I'm giving up on you.
I
Could
can
that
find
be the
like the
outro?
saddest picture of me. There's not many sad pictures of me.
No, just a picture of Clark Duke.
Oh, right. Is that actually
I
his
have-
name? I still don't
Yeah.
know his actual name, even though he's me and I'm him.
He was in my
I don't know
favourite
his
film
name.
of all time.
What? Hot Tub Time
Hot Tub
Machine?
Time Machine.
No, mate, it's Kick-Ass.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a good film. It's a good
My
fucking film.
favorite,
fucking love it.
I think the favorite like picture stroke bit of media that I've ever seen of Tarrant is when he's at Abbey Road Studios in Ellie Realis's in Ellie Realis's video
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That one that was recorded.
in the Digi studio.
No, it was
No,
the
it was
analog
the-
studio.
The vocals were done at Abbey Road.
Yeah, everything else was done on the analog studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because-
That's why the
that.
vocal sounds really good.
Oh yeah,
Like, really good. And then the rest of it is like,
Okay.
yeah. Let's not talk about the person who produced that. What?
sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I mean,
Hey, it
like,
sounds
trying to
alright.
make that place sound any kind of good is a challenge. Like,
Oh yeah, that's that. The analog.
yeah.
At least your track actually made it onto a friggin' EP. I did this like
Really.
I did this massive like orchestrated piece for one of her tunes on her EP. She was like, "Yep, fuck that EP, fuck that song. I'm not putting that out." Thanks. I was a bit busy at the time, but cheers. Mind you, it's not as bad as. Do you know what we should do as a project for a laugh? I'll give Tarrant all of the stems to Fraser Craven's EP, and he can try and make it sound good.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. I mean, people are actually going to listen to this, mate.
He knows it's good. Anyway, it's just a reflection on myself because I was the one who produced it.
True.
Okay. True.
It's just
He
I
who
suck at,
rinses himself rinses the hardest.
I do. And also I just suck at doing vocal like whatever. Unless I've actually got
That's
like
because you use Ableton.
Well, no, it isn't, is it?
Can't comp.
No.
You said it yourself, the audio is the worst.
I didn't say that.
No, we did.
Peace.
I think the audio engine in Ableton is actually better than Logic's.
On that note, we should end this podcast.
It's gone.
Now he's just a blurred, pixelated man. Everybody wave goodbye.
Peace.
Are we going to tease what we're doing? Well, we don't even know what we're doing next week, let's be honest.
No,
we
we
don't.
don't. Thought ahead.
Fucking no, we don't.
I'll
plan
see you
that
in the
far
goo-
ahead.
Technically, this is being released next week, so
True.
because today is Wednesday.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what this means, though, don't you, boys?
What?
I'll see you in the gulag.
I'll see you in the gulag.
Once
God
I've
of a
been
name
for a piss,
soap
I need to go for a
anyway.
piss first, so I'll go for a piss. Then we'll.
And
do
with
the
that, we're going to end here. See you in the gulag, boys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.